Hello, dear learners. I hope you are getting what is being taught to you in the previous lectures. So, today I am welcoming you in the week 1, lecture 4 of the course Rural Marketing Principles, Strategies and Practices. My dear learners, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Rajkiran Prabhakar, Assistant Professor at Institute of Management Studies, Banaras Hindu University. Now, next 20-25 minutes, I will take you into the learning journey, which is going to be connecting you with our previous learnings that we have done in the week 1, lecture 1, 2 and 3. So what does this lecture talks about? The emphasis in this lecture is role of rural marketing in sustainable development. Sustainable development, it is the buzzword now. People in and around are always talking about this word sustainable development. So rural marketing also, it is going to help, it is going to be playing a vital role in explaining this sustainable development. So we see that especially in the emerging economies where a significant portion of the population resides in rural areas, we all understand this. We see that rural areas account for 43% of the world's population and are often home to the majority of agricultural producers, artisans, and small entrepreneurs. So, despite this contributing heavily to the global economy, these regions frequently face challenges like economic development. Why? Because we are positive in that, but in the past it was underdevelopment, limited access to the basic services, and environmental degradation. Now we have gone through these terminologies in our previous lecture, lecture number 3. So what is sustainable development? My dear learners, sustainable development refers to the concept of meeting the needs. What needs? It's a basic needs, and at the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. It means that we are going to emphasize on the balance between economic growth, environmental protection, and social equity to ensure long-term well-being of all the people and the planet. My dear learners, this is a very Herculean task to make a balance, provide a good place to live on our planet Earth. So it is not only to satisfy your needs, but satisfy the needs of others also. You have to see that what you are getting, others should also get, because the earth belongs to everyone. What we are using, that has to be used by our future generations also. So are we keeping this thought in our mind when we are doing different kinds of activities which are going to be problematic for the future generation? So in the rural marketing, we see that the sustainable development is not just about the economic progress, but also focuses on minimizing the environmental degradation. My dear friends, we all understand how environment is important for the people to survive. It is not only the human beings, but other people, other species of the planet. Improving the quality of life, how a person will have its life. Ensuring the resources are used responsibly and equitably. It is the responsibility of each of us that we safeguard the natural resources which are available, which everyone on this earth have their share. So, the three pillars of sustainable development are environmental sustainability, which talks about protecting and conserving natural resources, reducing pollution, managing waste, and combating the climate change. You have to safeguard in terms of managing the waste, providing the sufficient space for the environment. What you take, you should give. If you are using the plants and trees for any kind of development, you should think about replanting so that the resources are regenerated and reused. Second is the economic sustainability, which talks about fostering long-term economic growth that benefits everyone while maintaining ecological integrity. This includes promoting green technologies, sustainable business practices, and fair economic policies. In this, we see the green technologies, how we can go for paperless things, saving the trees, sustainable business practices, fair economic policies, because if you need to emphasize on the economic sustainability, you have to think about the means and ways that you are going to do the different kinds of transactions. Third is the social sustainability, which talks about ensuring that the people have access to the basic needs, which is very important. Opportunities for the advancement, how the people will get an opportunity that they can advance in their life. Third, treated with fairness and respect. This is most important when we talk about the social well-being, that each one should get their space, the respect, and we are not going to intervene into their space, providing them respect, providing them the love and care. So we see that it focuses on improving the health, education, employment, and the social service. Then this is being evident from the global framework for sustainable development. Now, United Nations is working upon this. It is known by United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, that is known as SDGs, which was established in the year 2015, which provided a global framework for achieving sustainable development by 2030. We are coming close to it, 5 years down the line. So the SDG consists of 17 goals that are addressed issues like poverty, inequality, clean energy, decent work, climate action, and peace. Now, I'm just emphasizing on the important aspects of the SDG goals, that if you look into the rural market, rural places, rural area, we are very much talking about how to eradicate the poverty, how we are going to solve the social equality, how we are going to have a clean energy, how we are going to have a decent work. Climate change is a very, very important question. We are seeing that how we can generate peace around the world. Now this has to be brought about the changes by the people of the urban or the rural area. We see here that the global rural market is estimated to be worth 2.5 trillion, and is expected to grow at the rate of 8 to 10% annually. Now, this is a huge target that we have to achieve and will surely achieve that. So, linking the rural marketing with a sustainable development, again we have three aspects on that. The first thing that we have to do is we have to promote. We have to promote what? Economic, social, environmental sustainability in the rural areas. Second, what we do? We can see because of this, we can improve the standard of living. And third, we are going to foster a long-term growth. And we are going to emphasize on the equity. We are going to talk about the equality. Equity here means equal distribution of the economy. The environmental protection is how we can protect our natural resources, the trees, the birds, the animals, which are very much important part of the life cycle. Then we see that the economic empowerment of rural communities. We can see that the rural marketing enables the small scale farmers, artisans, local producers to reach to the larger and often national and international market. Now this allows them to earn higher incomes, expand their businesses, as well as they are going to improve their livelihoods. This is being evident again from example. We have this SHGs groups which are working on this. They are very instrumental in empowering the rural women. The groups are made, the groups are helping each other by providing the financial support. They can get their financial stability. The banks are helping them. The people in the group, they are helping each other. So the kind of development that we see here is that the small segment or small sector of rural area are going to be expanding, or they are going to be strengthened when the rural women are working in the field of handicrafts, weaving, stitching, animal rearing like goats, cows, and this all are going to make them economically self-sufficient, making them more empowered that they can take the financial decisions. We all understand the rural women are at very pathetic situation because they do not get that kind of respect which they should get in their family. But because of the economic development, economic empowerment, this is taking place in the rural communities. Secondly, we see that we are seeing it in the promotion of eco-friendly products. In the rural marketing can highlight and promote eco-friendly products. We see the clay-made diyas. We can see the wooden made brushes. We can see the waste made flower pots. We see the bags made by jute. We see the bangles made by glass. So all these are going to be the products which are going to be provided in the rural market. Now when we say that we are talking about eco-friendly, we are talking about those products which are degradable, biodegradable, or which are going to be taken by organic farming, or we can say we are going to be focusing on eco-conscious manufacturing process. The entire process is made in such a manner that it does not provide pollution, it does not create wastage, and we can say that it is going to be focusing on eco-conscious manufacturing processes. So promoting these products are not only to address the environmental concerns, but also shift the consumer preference towards sustainability, benefiting both environment and rural producers. So my dear learners, the main benefit is to the environment, and second to the rural producers. We can take an example here, the company called Organic India. It is a brand that markets organic products such as tea, herbals, supplements, and spices. By promoting organic farming, it helps the rural farmers to adopt environmentally friendly practices which reduces chemical uses. So dear learners, we see that organic farming is company like Organic India is doing a commendable job in reducing the wastage, reducing the pollution, as well as it is providing organic farming products which are free from the pesticides, which are going to be very much refreshing and nourishing for the rural customers. It also creates conservation for soil health and promote biodiversity. We see that this approaches benefits the environment while creating a new market opportunities for rural producers. So nowadays, I think you are also a consumer. You might be focusing on this. We see that how we can make our planet safe for the people to live, for long life, healthy life, happy life. So this all are being done by the different companies, and Organic India is one such example. Talking about the social inclusivity and fair trade, we see that rural marketing is essentially ensuring that the marginalized groups, including the women and indigenous community, the people from the rural area only, they are being the part and parcel of that business. They are looking into the development of their area, and this development is focusing on the economic development. So we can say that by integrating the fair trade practices, it ensures the producer from the rural areas are paid fairly for their goods. Now fair price is very, very important aspect, as well as it is also improving the socio-economic conditions of those people, especially the marginalized, the indigenous community. You might be knowing that at different states there are scheduled tribes are there, scheduled castes are there, marginalized, we see women are there, they are being paid. Example can be taken to understand the social inclusivity and the fair trade. We can say Amul is one such example, which has the dairy cooperative model. What we see here is, it is going to help dairy farmers. These dairy farmers are not the men only, they are women also. They are receiving a fair price for their milk at their doorstep, at their villages. Second example you can take of a Fair Trade Alliance Kerala. It is helping the small scale spice farmers for producing products like coffee, cashews and coconuts. Another example you can take of Fab India, the ethical sourcing of handloom and handicrafts. It is helping the small artisans, rural artisans, weavers and craftsmen. They are providing market to them. So we can say that the focus is on connecting small farmers to international market and ensuring them that they receive a fair price. So we are not just limited to the domestic market, but they can sell their product to international market and they can get the fair price in the international market. The demand is very high. Then we see that there is improvement in rural health and education. It goes beyond the product and services. The marketers are not only selling their produce, but what they're doing, they're trying to increase awareness about how important health and education services available in the rural areas. This can include marketing essential healthcare products. There is a bombardment of healthcare products in the rural market. Sanitation solutions, how the females, the young children, especially the girl students in the schools, government schools, how they can be made aware of the fairness to use the health and hygiene products, providing an educational tools, providing a direct communication with the students to the teachers in the schools by providing a different smart mobile phones, so that they can get the benefit of education sitting at the remote places by the courses like SWAYAM. So we can take an example to explain this. When we talk about rural health, we have Airtel and Apollo telemedicine partnership. These two have joined hands together for promoting the telemedicine. And this is being collaborated with the Apollo hospitals. They are going to provide telemedicine services at different hospitals. We have mobile networks in the rural areas. So with the internet connectivity, you can reach out to different hospitals. You are going to take the help of the doctors through mobile phones. On a call, the doctors are available, providing the medicines. We have a Detox Swachh Bharat campaign, which make awareness to the rural consumers about how they should be focusing on their health and hygiene. We have Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Anushadhi Kendra, which is providing the medicines to the rural people. When you talk about the rural education, we can say that BYJU'S has made an initiative which is known as Education for All initiative. It is then we have a Tata Trusts. They have Prague initiatives. We have a project Nanni Kali taken by the Mahindra Group. We have ITC Classmates, which is going to make working on a campaign, Let's Make a Difference, and HUL's Pepsodent School Dental Health Programs. Now such corporates are there to give solution, providing the help and support in the rural education as well as in the rural health. We see that encouraging the agricultural innovation is also important, and this is done by rural marketing. What we see here is rural marketing plays a key role in encouraging the adoption of new agricultural technologies and innovations. The modernization, precision farming, water efficient irrigation systems, high yielding seeds, varieties, and very good example is Krishi Vigyan Kendras, which is known as KVK in India, which plays a very pivotal role in educating the farmers, providing the detailings of the agricultural innovations taking place. So KVK promote technologies like drip irrigation, use of biopesticides, which help the farmers to increase their productivity and sustainability. By marketing these technologies and practices, the KV are able to spread awareness. The important aspect is we are providing the awareness to the farmers. We are providing a positive impact on the farmers, and this impact is both on the environment as well as the farming community. Supporting the local and sustainable agriculture, very, very important aspect. We see that the rural marketing, consumers are encouraged to buy products that are grown or produced locally in a sustainable manner. We are emphasizing on those products which are being organically grown. The customers are focusing on such products. They are buying those products because they support sustainability. This supports the rural farmers and local producers while minimizing the carbon footprint, very important. The carbon footprints are reduced and associated with the long distance transportation of the goods. Now, we can take an example in this. The example is the community supported agriculture programs, which are focusing on where the consumers pay upfront for a share of local farmers' seasonal produce. This approach not only provides consumers with fresh, healthy food, but also offers farmers reliable income streams. Now we can say the programs like CSA, they are going to provide a fresh produce to the consumers. It is going to offer the farmers a reliable income, and it is helping the environment. We have a supporting rural entrepreneurship. The rural entrepreneurs, we can say there is Nandi Foundation in India is there, which talks about creating an opportunities for rural entrepreneurs to expand their businesses and create a local jobs. These entrepreneurs benefit from marketing support, product development, and access to the urban market. There is an easy support that is given to these people, rural entrepreneurs, that they can get access to the urban market, improving their business visibility and create a local employment. Now, but this has to be done by the infrastructure development, the rural support that is given to these entrepreneurs by helping them to access the market for value-added agriculture products. You might be knowing an institution called IRRI, which is helping into producing good quality seeds in their labs. Kala Namak is one such variety of rice. Producing organic fruits and vegetables, processed foods. We have another aspect that we can see, reducing of a rural urban migration. This is a very big problem, but because of the effective rural marketing initiative, it improves the local economic conditions, reducing the push mark factors that will lead the people to migrate from their places by providing rural communities with better economic opportunities. So rural market helps to retain, the most important aspect is it helps to retain the workforce and prevent the overburdening of urban resources. And this is evident from the example of Amul, which is going to provide a huge support to the milk producer. They are providing the collection center, they are providing the distribution centers, they are providing a good price for them, and it is also reducing the migration. So people will find jobs at their own place, and they are going to be happy with their families. Promotion of rural tourism is there. Nowadays we see that by marketing rural areas and tourism destinations, local artisans are benefited. The farmers are benefited. Entrepreneurs are able to generate additional income. And this is going to improve the infrastructure and the community services. Example could be Kumarakom region in Kerala, which promotes rural tourism through eco-friendly boat rides. You might be knowing this. Visit to local farmers. They will show that their farms, the many visitors goes and see there. They have their cultural programs, enforce their products. They'll talk about the tourism, encourage the tourism, and the conversion of the rural, of the natural environment is there. The preservation of traditional crafts is there, which offers rural communities a steady income stream and which ensures a responsible use of local resources. Then we have, it can strengthen the rural infrastructure. We have talked a lot about this. Effective marketing, it is going to be it is going to be there, which is parallelly needed for better infrastructure to support these activities. Rural Kisan shops are there in India, which gives rural development. These shops require better roads and storage facilities, leading to investment in the local infrastructure. So this development not only helps the businesses, but it also improves the overall quality of life in the rural areas. So again, we see that whatever we have learnt in this lecture we need to assess that what we have learned. So think about this. Imagine you are a marketing manager of a company that sells eco-friendly agricultural products. How would you communicate the importance of this product to the rural farmers? So my dear learners, I hope you will find an answer to these questions if you go and understand that how sustainable development is important and what is the role played by rural marketing to ensure sustainable development. With this, I come to end of week 1, lecture 4. Thank you everyone.